Hello guys, so I'm Mr. Gomes and
Mr. Hewitt here.
so we're going to be recording labs for you guys this year. This is the density lab.
Remember, when we're doing a lab, we don't want any sleeves hanging down. So since I've got this jacket on, I'll just take this off so I don't have to worry about sleeves. If I had amazing, beautiful long hair, I'd probably have to put that back as well.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is turn on our mass balance. These analytical mass balances sometimes take a few seconds to warm up, so you just have to be patient. And sometimes the initial value will not be 0 like it is here. If it isn't, this button here says 0. So we just press it and it will make sure that it says 0. Okay? So what we're going to do here is place our little metal block here. In this case, it's number 2, and you can see that it is yellow. Okay? We're going to place it in there, give it a second, and there is my mass for my first value. As you see, sometimes the last digit here will fluctuate a little bit. That's because that's your estimated value. So here it is. We can pick one of those two, 48.755 or 48.754. You just pick. Next, we're going to measure the volume of this with a ruler. So right now, my width here is saying that is about 2.9, and I'm going to estimate that last digit 5. I'm going to measure this side here, and it's saying about 1.90. And then last but not least, this way, I've got 0.98. Next, I'm going to calculate the volume of that metal block with what's called water displacement. So I fill my graduated cylinder about half full of water, doesn't have to be perfect, and then I measure the volume. In this case here, I'm exactly at the 52 line, so I'm going to say this is 52.0, because I always estimate 1/10 of the smallest mark. So 52.0 is my initial volume. Next, I'm going to put the metal block in there. So because this is a metal block and this is glass, I'm not just going to throw that in there. I'm going to very gently slide this in there without letting the water spill or the metal just thump at the bottom. Okay, so there it is. Now I'm going to measure my final volume. I put this down. I'm going to look in here again, and to me it looks like it's just under the 58 mil mark. So I'm going to say 57.9. So that's my final volume. I started with 52.0, and then we had 57.9 mils for my final volume with the water.
And remembering what we know about reading a graduated cylinder, we have to look at the bottom of the meniscus to make an accurate measurement.
For the next part of our lab, we are going to measure the density of a liquid. So I am going to get a 10 milliliter graduated cylinder that's empty and dry, and I'm going to put it on the balance, the whole thing. And I give the balance a little bit of time, and I am going to get a value for the mass here, 26.415. 26.415. Oh, it's changing it. Maybe I need to give it a little bit more time. That happens sometimes. Like we said in class, the last digit is always estimated, even for the digital balances. So here's my final answer, 26.414 for my initial mass of the 10 mil graduated cylinder. So I filled my graduated cylinder with between 8 to 10 mils of the liquid. In this case here, I have 8.62 milliliters of the liquid. Finally, I put that graduated cylinder back on the mass balance, and now with the liquid, it's 33.191 grams, or 192. And then I had my initial mass, and now I have my final mass. And that's it.